welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda. Today we're going to be looking at the Thoracolumbula Junction. That is an area at the base of the spine in a bit of a diamond shape. This is an area of thick fascial tissue. It's obviously there for a reason, to prevent injury and protect the underlying areas, the organs and the muscles. This is an area that can often become very stiff and cause immobility, a lack of movement. So today we're going to focus on releasing that area, getting as much movement into it as possible and into those rotations and activating the core muscles again. Let's start with one of the reflex balls. You're going to need a blue reflex ball, a yellow reflex ball, or orange if you don't have the yellow, and a foam roller, and of course some water. So taking the blue reflex ball, let's just give the feet a nice release. So from the toes all the way to the heel. Keep the ball underneath you so you can apply a nice deep pressure into it. Work into the arch of the foot, circle in one direction and change direction. Let's try and pick the ball up with the toes. So wrap the toes up and over the ball. Up and over the ball. If you can, I want you to pick the ball up, squeeze it with the toes and pick it up. Good, another two. And one more. Good, take the ball under the heel. And you're going to just massage a few times from side to side. And finish off with a nice quick proprioceptive movement. So just waking up those nerves. Let's release the ball and bring it under the other foot. So a nice, slow and steady release to the heel. Hug the ball with the toes, squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift. Good, keep going. Now take the ball into the arch of the foot and circle in the other direction. Finish off with the heel on the ball, or the ball under the heel, and roll from side to side. And a nice quick proprioceptive movement. Nice and quick. And just feel that tingling in the feet. Put the ball to the side. Now I want you to take the softer reflex ball, and I want you to massage over the pectoral muscles. So from the sternum right up towards that shoulder, underneath the clavicle. Now this is your option, you can stick with it. If you can, I want you to balance on one foot, and I want you to bring the other foot into the hand. So you're giving the quadricep muscles in the front of the leg a nice release, a stretch out there. Good. And now you're going to just release the ball from the pectoral muscles and just bounce that foot back into the hand, getting a nice stretch and moving that knee back, increasing the stretch down the front of the leg. And let's do the same thing to the other side. So grabbing hold of the foot if you can and massage over the pectoral muscles there. From the sternum up to that shoulder. Keep going. And now you're going to bounce that foot back into the hand, pushing, stretching not only the front of the shoulder a little bit more into the pectoral muscles again, but the front of the leg. Pulse it back. Keep going, another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and release it. You can keep the ball in hand, just take a nice deep breath in, circle the arms up, roll down through the spine, and hang out there. And then you're going to walk forward onto the hands and knees. Keep the roller handy, just put it to one side of the mat. And now we're going to focus on the colon. So I want you to bring the ball inside the left hip bone. So it's closer to the hip bone, but between the belly button and the hip bone. And then we're going to move up in line with the colon, take it up underneath the inside of the rib cage and over to the left side, and then down onto the left. So start on the right, work up and around. And you're going to just focus on breathing into the ball. You can stay on the elbows. Your other option is to rest your forehead on your hands. And all I want you to do is breathe into the ball. So keep the ball inside the hip bone. You can bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Extend the legs if you feel it gets a little bit deeper into that release. Now breathing in for 4 counts. Into the ball, releasing the diaphragm. Breathe out for 4 counts. Do it another 2 times. I want you to try and increase your exhalation to 6 counts if you can. Breathing in and out. Do another 1. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Now following the ascending colon up, you're going to bring the ball inside the right rib cage, just underneath that diaphragm. And again, you can either stay on the elbows. If you get a bit deeper into the release, you'll probably find this area a little bit more sensitive than the inside of the hip bone. And you can rest your head on your forehead on your hands, and breathing in and breathe out. And again, a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Finish off with 1 more and breathe out. Bring the ball over to the left side onto the inside of that rib cage, and now we're at this along the transverse colon at the start of the descending colon. Let's breathe in again to the ball and exhale for 4 to 6 counts. Breathing in. Make sure the elbows and the shoulders, especially the shoulders, are nice and relaxed. Feel the breathing into the diaphragm. Breathing in and out. Reposition the ball onto the inside of the left hip bone. And again, relaxing the forehead onto the hands and breathing in and out. Again, a nice deep breath in and exhale. Finish off with 1 more. Good. Put the ball to the side, and we're now going to come up onto the elbows. When you come up onto the elbows, lift the tailbone. Try not to do this. Try and tuck yourself and lift up from the core muscles, not putting any tension into that lower back. Let's roll over the front of the legs. So play around with the position of the feet and the legs. So you want to rotate the toes out and open up in the hips, and then inward rotation. We're working a little bit into the lateral side of the legs when the toes come together. Try keep the elbows where they are and roll yourself forward and then extend back. If you can go over the knees, do that. And finish off coming onto the elbows and the knees, and then put the foam roller to the side for a minute or two. We're going to use that just now. And then crossing the ankles. Stay on the elbows if you can, or again you can drop the forehead onto the hands. 1 foot crossing over and you bouncing out, pushing that bottom foot towards the mat. But try not to let the hips lift. You want to push the pelvis into the mat. Let's do the same thing with the other leg. Cross the ankles over and pulse out. Keep going. 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Okay, again you're pushing onto the elbows, tucking and pulling up onto knees and elbows. We're now going to come into a seated position. You're going to lower back down, have a quick drink of water before you do so. We're now going to start at the top of the body and work our way down. Let's bring the ball into the fingertips, onto the fingers. So we're going to link the fingers, bring the ball into the palm of the hand and over the fingers. Then you're going to roll the ball along in the hand and along that occiput ridge on one side of the spine. Focus on one side of the spine. So we're working on that bony process at the base of the skull, or right at the top of the neck, in line with the earlobe. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to move the ball onto the other side of the spine, in line with the earlobe, massaging over the base of the skull. And keeping your head in one hand, I want you to position the ball on the rhomboid at the back, next to the spine. So it's on next to the scapula, between the spine and the scapula. And your head is resting in the hand, and now you're breathing in and open up and breathe out. At the same time as doing that circular motion with the elbow, I also want you to wriggle a little bit from side to side. So you will move the ball onto the scapula a little bit and just massage over those rhomboids. Not too high up, but not too low down. So a little bit lower than that upper trapezius, right where the neck meets the shoulder. So you want to be on that rhomboid muscle, the muscle that retracts the shoulder blade. Move it around if you're not feeling much, until you do feel something there. Okay, let's remove the ball, and we're going to bring it underneath the rib cage. So let's focus on that side of the spine, and you can remove the head from under the hand from under the head, and you can bring the hands onto the rib cage, and we're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, tuck the pelvis, so lift the tailbone off the mat, and you're going to wriggle from side to side a little bit. So you're loosening up those intercostal muscles and the start of the QL, that muscle that runs down the back on the side of the spine. Let's release the tailbone, breathing in and breathe out. So ideally you want to be breathing horizontally into the diaphragm, so you want to feel the rib cage expanding horizontally out to the side and not using upper respiratory muscles in the neck and shoulders to breathe. Let's release it. Let's do one more nice deep breath in and breathe out. Come into that tuck and wiggle from side to side. Let's release the ball from there, and you're going to bring it now still on this side of the spine in line with the hip bone. So lift your t-shirt up or tuck it into your leggings or your whatever you're wearing so it doesn't get in the way. Cross the ankle over the knee, and you're going to rock from side to side. So you're massaging from the side of the spine towards the hip bone, releasing in that lower back. Now again, on this side of the spine, we're going to reposition the ball. Now I want you to take the ball just a little bit lower down than you had the ball on that occipitary, on the sacroiliac spine. So it's also a bony process in line with the hip. And I want you just to put it down onto the glutes underneath. So if anyone suffers with sciatica, you'll find that this is probably the right spot. And then you're going to open up and bounce the knee out. As you bounce the knee, you can also get a little bit of a rocking motion from side to side. If you're not feeling much there, I want you to move the ball slightly diagonally out to the lateral side of the leg. And again, open up the knee, bounce the knee, and then wiggle from side to side. So just finding that spot that you need the most release. Move the ball around if there's more than one spot, and bounce that knee. Good, let's release the ball. Rock yourselves up into a seated position, still working around that area around the lower back. You can stay on the elbow, and I want you to position the ball around near the hip bone. And again, so just working into the spot where you feel you need the most release. Once you've got it there, I want you can bounce the knee again, and you can just wriggle around. If it's very sore, you just want to hold it on that spot. You can bring the knees together, and then you just focus on breathing into it. If you can, you're going to wiggle a little bit from side to side. Bring the ball slightly higher up, above the hip bone. And there we can wriggle around a little bit more, releasing that area. Now we're going to work on one more lateral side, lateral position. So underneath here, my scapula is just around the base of the scapula, so about 4 fingers from the armpit there. And you're going to lie on the elbow. And here you're going to position the ball on again until you feel that spot that you need to release. And now you can move forward and back slightly, just rolling the ball forward and back, breathing in and out. Another 2, and breathe out, and finish off and breathe out. Good. From there, we're going to rock over to the other side. Let's start off on the lateral side. So we're going to do everything in reverse. We'll position the ball onto the base of the scapula. So we were releasing the rotator cuff muscles here. Breathing in and out. Keep breathing and moving the ball slightly forward and back around that area. Keep breathing in and out. Position the ball lower down, and we're going to rock a little bit, massaging that area. So I'm just above the hip bone now, on that muffin top or whatever you want to call it. Otherwise, we're going to work down into the glutes a little bit, if that's where you're feeling it the most. But stay on the lateral side of the leg or the body. And now we're going to move onto the rhomboid on that side of the spine, so you can position the ball and then lower onto the ball. If you're not in the right spot, just adjust and move yourself around a little bit between the spine and that scapula. And then you're going to circle the elbow, breathing in and out. And then move yourself a little bit from side to side. Circle the arm and then just wriggling a little bit side to side. Again, position it a little bit further across or higher up if you need to, and move that ball around that area. Good. Let's release the ball. Position it underneath the rib cage. So it's quite close to the spine, but we want to release those intercostal muscles between the rib cage. Breathing in and out. Tuck and move the ball a little bit from side to side. It's a soft ball, so you want to be gentle around the rib cage. Let's breathe in again and breathe out and wriggle a bit. Do another 2, dropping down, breathing in and breathe out. And finish off with 1 more, dropping down and breathing out. Let's position the ball in line with the hip bone on that sacroiliac spine. So like the occiput ridge, it's a bony process, and you're going to wiggle the hips from side to side. We're going to reposition the ball underneath that sacroiliac spine. Open up the knee, and again you're going to bounce that knee and wriggle around a little bit loosening the glutes and the area, moving down into that leg. So often that sciatic nerve, if it is giving us an issue, we'll feel the pain down the leg as well as the piriformis. So the piriformis will be slightly more in the back and the sciatic nerve will be more down the leg. Keep bouncing the knee and wriggling around from side to side. And you can release the ball. Rock yourself to a seated position. Bring the foam roller next to you on the mat. So we're going to start working laterally. Have a quick drink of water. And we're actually going to bring that yellow ball, or whichever ball, in between the knees. So you're going to keep that deep core line engaged. Bring the roller underneath the armpit, so slightly lower down than the armpit. And what we're going to do here is we're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to lift into a lateral crunch there in the waist, breathing in, and breathe out into a lateral crunch, breathing in, and breathe out, breathing in, and breathe out. So you're aiming to get that elbow onto that hip, breathing in, and breathe out. So as you breathe out, I want you to squeeze the ball and crunch in the waist, breathing in, and breathe out. Now taking another deep breath in, you're going into that lateral crunch, and then you're going to rotate and get a little bit deeper into the obliques. So we're getting more rotation in that lower back area, that Thoracolumbula Junction area. Breathe in, open up, and breathe out. Let's breathe in again. As you breathe out, it's that lateral lift, and then you're rotating into that crunch. So tuck a little bit more, scoop the belly in, and tilt the pelvis under. Let's keep going. We're going to breathe in again. Open yourself up as you breathe out into that lateral lift, and then you're going to rotate the top elbow back and come into that crunch, getting a little bit deeper and more into the obliques there. Let's go again. Nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Make sure you're relaxing the head and the hand, otherwise you're going to take strain in the neck. Breathe out. Lateral, and then twist into that crunch. Good. And again, let's breathe in. Open yourself up as you breathe out into that lateral crunch. Breathe out. And tuck and tilt. Squeeze the ball. The more you squeeze the ball, the easier that contraction is going to be. Breathe in. Open yourself up into that lateral lift. Rotation, exhaling, still exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Feel the breath pulling you down. You're decreasing the space between the hip and the rib cage. Breathing in. Open up. Breathe out. Come into the rotation, exhaling. And the last one, a nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Breathe out. Crunch and tuck and tilt. Good. Keep the ball where it is, and let's just rock around to the other side. Reposition the foam roller. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. So really focus on the exhalation. The more we move into that exhalation, the deeper that contraction is going to be. Okay, so just starting off with the inhalation, and then as you breathe out, coming into that lateral crunch, and again, nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Crunching, feel that crunch in the waist. Keep exhaling, keep concertinaing into that crunch. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep going, keep squeezing the ball. Let's do another 2, then we'll add that rotation. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. Going again, a nice deep breath in, open up. As you breathe out, lateral crunch. Take the top elbow back, rotate the bottom elbow, and squeezing the ball, crunching those obliques in. Let's breathe in, open yourself up, breathe out, and lateral crunch, exhaling. Keep exhaling, rotating into the crunch. Keep the feet down, relax the feet. Let's breathe in again. Open up. Breathe out into that lateral lift. Keep going, exhaling, and tuck. Squeezing that ball. Good. Again, we're going to breathe in, open up, breathe out. Lateral crunch, rotate and squeeze the ball and exhale. Good. Breathing in, drop the elbow, open up, breathe out, and crunch, rotate. Good. Keep going, breathing in, open yourself up, breathe out, exhale and crunch and twist. We're going to do another 4, breathing in, open up, breathe out, exhaling, and rotate, keep exhaling. Good, 3 to go, breathing in, breathe out, lateral lift, and exhaling. Good. Another 2. Nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Breathe out. And exhale. Rotate. 2 more. Breathing in. And breathe out. And rotate. Squeeze that ball. Rotate. Last one. Breathing in. And exhale and rotate. Good, relax the feet. And let's come onto our backs. Have another quick drink of water. If you can, keep the ball where it is. We're going to use it just now. Otherwise, you can remove it. And rolling up and back. So seesaw the body and extend the legs. Nice big movement there with that roller. Keep going, breathing in and out. One more nice deep breath in and exhale. Good. Finish with the foam roller onto the shoulder blades, feet together. We're going to breathe in and open yourself up. And as you exhale, push the lower back, tilt the tailbone under, and tuck. Keep looking at the knees, and you're going to try and keep a space between the chin and the chest. So you're not here. You're lifting and thinking of the chest coming up and exhalation. Breathing in, open up, and breathe out. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Chest lift, head is resting in the hands. Keep going. We're going to breathe in, open yourself up, and exhale. Now we're going to do the in-breath again. As you breathe out, pulling the rib cage down, 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 and your lower back is pushing into the mat, and you're lifting the feet. Let them float off. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out into your tuck. And the feet float off the mat. We're going to continue the same movement this time. As you breathe in, you drop the upper body and take the knees over to one side. Keep squeezing the ball as you come back to the center. Begin your exhalation. Squeeze the ball. Let the feet float off. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. Breathing in. Drop the knees. Open yourself up. Now as you breathe out, feeling that rib cage pulling you back to the center. That lower back pushes down into the mat. As you exhale, you keep lifting and keep exhaling and lift the knees. Breathe in, over to the other side. And that rib cage pulling you back to the center. And let the feet float off. We're going to do another 3 nice deep breath in. Open up. Breathe out. Pull back to the center. And you'll feel that, you should hopefully feel that stretch into the lower back. Exhale and lift the feet. Let's do another 2. Breathing in. And exhale. Feet are floating off. And let's finish off with one more nice deep breath in. And squeezing the ball. And the feet float off. Good. Let's do another 2 in the center, opening up. And just bounce there on your exhalation. And again, into that lift, let the feet float off. And one more, breathing in. Bounce in that open position as you exhale. Tuck. And let the feet float off. Rock yourself to a seated position. You can put that reflex ball to the side. Again, have another quick drink of water. You should find yourself quite thirsty after that breathing. And hydrate that fascial tissue. Let's lower onto our backs. You're going to lift the tailbone. You're going to bring the roller into the small of the back. And you're going to bring the knees over the hips. And let's rock the knees from side to side. So that lower back area is on the foam roller. And now you're going to keep the knees to one side, and I want you to straighten the bottom leg and bend it. If you're not feeling much, you should be feeling something happening into the glutes. Then just position your foam roller a little bit lower down. And now hold it there and bounce that leg up, or focus on the downward movement there, pulsing the leg down. You should feel you can bend and extend a few times. That gets a nice release into that leg, into the glutes. Let's do the same thing to the other side. And extend the leg. And bend. Extend and bend. Good. Hold it there and bounce the leg a little bit. And bend and extend and bend and extend. Bounce it there for me. and then bend the knee and rock a few times from side to side. Hold it in the center, tuck the tailbone, and just massaging into that area. Hug the knees and rock yourself up to a seated position. Come around onto the hands and knees. We're going to work a little bit into the glute area. You're now going to rest on the right knee, and you're going to bring the foot into the arch of the right foot. From there, we're going to roll the roller out into an extended position, and then you're going to round the spine and bring the roller towards you. Good. So you want to try stay with a light touch, opening up and rolling forward, and breathing out into that tuck position. Good. Breathing in and arching. Roll yourself forward. Breathing out into the tuck position. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Roll forward. And breathe out into that tuck position. Good. Keep going. Breathing in and open up. And breathing out. Let's do one more. A nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. And breathe out into that tuck position. Good. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to rest on that knee in that rounded position. You're now going to stick the bum out. You're going to breathe in and you're going to roll forward. As you breathe out, come into that tuck position. Good. Breathing in, arch. Roll forward. Breathing out into that tuck position. Keep going. A nice deep breath in and roll forward. Breathing out and tucking. Keep going. 4 more. Breathing in. Roll yourself forward. And breathing out into that tuck position. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in. Open yourself up. And breathe out. Another 2. Nice deep breath in. Open up. And breathe out. Finish off with 1 more. Breathing in. And breathe out. And you can put the foam roller to the side. Again, have another drink of water. And now we're going to work a little bit into a lunge position. So we're going to start off with the foot in front. The knee is resting on the mat behind you, and you're going to bounce into that position. Bounce there. We're breathing in here. As you breathe out, I want you to come into an internal hip rotation. Then you're coming up to the other side, breathing in and bouncing. As you breathe out, internal hip rotation. A nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, into the rotation, breathing in, bouncing forward. And again, you're coming into that rotation. I want you to tuck in, focus on that internal rotation, and now breathing in, you're opening up and bounce. Exhaling, round the spine. Breathe into the other side, open yourself up. As you exhale, round the spine. Good, keep going. Nice deep breath in, bouncing there. As you exhale, breathe in and bounce. As you exhale, 2 more. Let's breathe in and bounce. Exhaling and over to the other side. Breathe in and finishing off in the center. Breathe into the other side. Now we're going to take the hand inside that knee and you're going to bounce forward. Push the knee back with that elbow and open up that top arm. Rotate and then you exhale. Breathe in, open yourself up and exhale. Let's go for 3. Breathing in and exhale. Breathe in for 4 and exhale. Breathe in for 5 and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Another 2. Open yourself up, exhale. And the last one, and exhale. Bring the hands on the mat, curl your extended toes under and lift the knee, and you're going to bounce into that lunge position. Pulse the foot from side to side, or keep the foot on the same position and just continue bouncing. Do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. You're going to drop that knee back again. You're going to come back into that rounded position. Let's start inhaling here. Just wait for, as you exhale, uncurl, internal hip rotation, and over to the other side. Come back into your lunge, and we're going to start off pushing that front knee back. You're breathing in, opening up. Now from that lower back, I want you to feel the tuck. Push against the knee, breathing in. And as you breathe out, tuck and push against that knee. Breathe in for 3 and breathe out. Breathe in for 4 and breathe out. Breathe in for 5 and breathing out. 3 to go and breathe out. 2 more and breathe out. For the last one, and breathe out. Bring the hand onto the mat next to the other hand. Curl the toes under and lift up and pulse. Stay in the same spot, but if you can, shift side to side, side to side. Let's keep going. 4, 3, 2, the last one. Step back, push back into your pyramid or down dog, walk through the feet and push both heels down, bounce the chest to the thighs, tuck your tailbone under, come forward into your plank position, drop onto the knees, release the feet and pull back into your child's pose. You can bring the forehead onto the hands and just focus on relaxing and breathing. Take one last breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, circle the shoulders up and back. Let's come onto the back and just have a nice big yawn and stretch everything out. Hug the knees into the chest, bounce the knees to the chest, and when you're ready, rock yourself into a seated position. And coming up, take one last deep breath in, circle the arms up and exhale. And well done. Thank you for joining me.